Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Tierra and I am here with another social work, career, school type of video, lifestyle video. I received a lot of questions on one of my last videos regarding social work, careers, credentials, jobs, and what else? Just a whole bunch of questions. I don't know how many I will get to answer in this video, but I wanted to hurry up and get this video out because I know the school year is progressing and people have questions, a lot of seniors and stuff. So I'm just gonna get going. I did not rehearse this. I did not do an outline. So hopefully everything that I'm saying makes sense the way it comes out initially, okay? So the first question I got was questions about different credentials that you can have with social work. So everyone knows I received my bachelor's degree in psychology, and then I decided to go back and get my master's degree in social work because one of my psychology teachers suggested that I get my LCSW, which is a licensed clinical social worker, to get that instead of going to get my doctorate, which is what I should have initially done and what I initially wanted. But he said that basically I wouldn't get anything from having a doctorate, but like maybe a little extra respect from having doctor in front of my name. But he said that I would make the same amount of money with the doctorate as I would with the LCSW. So I decided to go get my master's degree in social work, okay? So that was that. When I went, I knew nothing about social work. So there are two sides of social work. There's the clinical side and there is the macro side. So the clinical side is called micro, and basically that is when you work directly with people. Mostly what you're going to be doing in a clinical setting is working directly with people, like in a therapy type style way of intervention. So you're going to be providing goals and working directly with those people on their goals. So that is the micro side of things, and that's what I initially thought I wanted to do. Now I'm like, heck no, okay? So I still want to work with people, but not so much in that realm because it can get very stressful. There's a lot of crisis type situations on the micro side of things. On the macro side of things, you have things like policy, procedures. You're trying to change things, so you can work with like the court system, with laws. My job is kind of, I would say macro, because it's like working as a part of a team. I am doing like sociological assessments, so someone could consider that micro, but yeah, macro is more like the policy side of things. Like, for example, as a social worker in the school system right now, I am currently working on procedures for handling compulsory attendance, okay, or truancy. That procedure that I'm working on is from the directly from the policy that Virginia has laid out and that the school district has laid out. So working with policy and procedures. So that's the micro side and there's the macro side, okay? So if you're deciding to go through social work, I suggest that you kind of decide which one of those you want to, you know, be a part of. There's also grant writing and stuff like that with macro. So a lot of the nonprofit agencies and stuff like that, they operate or they receive funding from grants. I think, yeah, all the other questions are about graduating. Let me backtrack a little bit because I had a question about someone having a major in psychology and then a minor in something else. I'm not trying to deter anyone from doing anything they want to do, because I understand I took the advice of someone else and I decided to go get my master's degree in social work. Not saying that I'm not going to use it, but I still ended up going to get my doctorate because that's what I really wanted. So do what you want, but I'm going to say this from my personal experience. When I went to go get jobs after getting my bachelor's degree, if I had, and I do have friends who have 2 bachelor's degrees or majors and minors, they did not get paid any more than I did for having 2 bachelor's degrees or 2 major and a minor. Depending on what your minor is, I would say like if you're getting a degree in psychology and maybe a minor in business or something, I can understand that more. But if both of them are along the same track, sociology and social work or psychology and social work, I don't think that they would choose, like, I think that whoever is going to hire a social worker will hire a psychology major. I really don't think there's a point to spend that extra time studying to get a whole nother major and spending more money to take additional classes just to have a second bachelor's degree or a minor. I don't see the benefits of that. And I may be wrong, but just make sure if you're doing that, you know that, okay, my psychology part is going to be for this, and my degree in business is going to be so I can one day, you know, put the two together and have a business for counseling or something like that. But like I said, if they're like along the same road or the same logic, I don't see a point of having two, especially if you know you're going to have to get a master's degree. In psychology, you're going to most likely have to go get a master's degree anyway. So is it worth getting two bachelor's degree? With both of those degrees, you're going to need a master's degree to kind of, you know, unlock those good benefits and those, the high salary and stuff like that. So consider all of those things is what I'm saying, okay? I hope that makes sense. Moving on to after you graduate. So, okay, when you graduate with your bachelor's degree in psychology, social work, sociology, the goal is to become a qualified mental health professional, okay? So if you are currently a junior or a senior, my suggestion to you is, if you have not already had clinical experience or any experience working directly with children or adults, I suggest that you find somewhere to volunteer for the rest of the year or on your breaks or something, because it's going to be so difficult for you to find a job if you have not had that one-on-one experience working with someone in those settings, okay? So that's like the first thing they ask, like, are you a QMHP? Qualified mental health professional, okay? So they have QMHPC, which is a qualified mental health professional specifically for children, and then they have a QMHP A, which is a qualified mental health professional specifically for adults. So say if you know that you volunteered at a nursing home, you may have that QMHPA, okay? If you volunteered at a daycare center, you may have the QMHPC, okay? So you can have both of them, but make sure that you at least have experience working with people so that you'll have that on your resume when it's time for you to go apply for a job. Now, also, I did a resume style video. If you guys want to see that, please comment below and I'll upload that, because I've had a lot of friends, family members to come to me and ask me to kind of like revamp their resumes so that they can get the jobs that they want, and they have been successful after I have like reviewed their resumes and stuff like that. So if you guys would like me to post that and kind of give some of the tips that I use when I'm looking for jobs, or when my friends or family members are looking for jobs, just let me know and I will definitely do that for you. Okay, so QMHP, I hope that's like easily understood. Moving on. So after that, some jobs will require that you have the QMHP or QMHPC or A. And then some jobs will require you to only have your MSW, which is a master's degree in social work. There are many jobs out there that require that, so there are many jobs that I could do even if it has nothing to do with working with people. Like social work, that's one positive I can say about social work. There's so many avenues you can take with this degree. So say like if I started doing one thing and I hated it, I can always shift my career and do something else, okay? So that is one aspect that I do love about social work. There are those other higher paying jobs, like the medical jobs or the jobs for people in the army and military and stuff like that. Those jobs, or government jobs, they mostly require you to have your LCSW, and I spoke about that in the beginning. That is the licensed clinical social work. So in order to get that, you have to have your master's degree in social work. Then you have to have a certain amount of clinical hours, and then you have to take an exam or test and pass that to get your license. I know you guys are probably wondering, like, well, why haven't you got your license, Tierra? I tried like 3 times to start the process for supervision to get my license. One, in order to get your MSW, they used to tell you that you had to have a clinical job, meaning that you had to have like 15 hours of clinical work with a person. So that means they have a diagnosis, you are working from a treatment plan, you're working using evidence-based practices like actual theories. And as a case manager in foster care, I did not have that experience, okay? So initially I had started doing therapy on the side, and then I was doing a director job over like day treatment so that I could get those clinical hours that they said I need. But I ended up switching jobs, and they said that the lady who was gonna provide my supervision, she said that she couldn't do it anymore because I was switching jobs. So I had to start the process over 3 different times, okay? And every time I had to pay $50 to start over. So I'm like dang, like, and I wasn't getting anywhere. Like, I never got to start my hours. I would start the work, but I never got the chance to start my hours because something would happen. So now someone initially, one of my sorors that I met, she is a licensed clinical social worker, and she was telling me that I can possibly get it still with my current job, and she wants me to get it. So she was like, I'm gonna make you get your license. So I may end up getting it, I don't know. But I have a lot going on with school, Taylor, and all of my other business ventures right now. So I really don't know if I'm gonna take that route or not. I don't know. So yeah, LCSW. You can also get your LSW, meaning that you have your master's degree in social work, and you can take a test right after you get your master's degree in social work, and you'll have your LSW. So you just won't have the clinical piece saying that you had that supervision under a licensed clinical social worker who basically knew what they were doing and could provide you with the guidance to work in a clinical setting. So those are the different, I guess, areas of social work, and the higher up you get, the more money you will make, okay? So QMHP, you're not gonna make that much. I'm just gonna throw a number out there at you. It's gonna probably be like from like 12 to maybe, the highest I've heard is like $26 an hour. And then with your, so 12 being like on the lower end of things, like if you're working at a group home or something like that, or residential facility, they don't try to pay you that much. Now you can get into day treatment and in-home working and stuff like that, and they'll pay you more because the job is like hard. It's like not harder, but more stressful. So that is I can talk about this all day, y'all, like really. And then you have the MSW, you can get paid like salaries, you'll get paid more with the MSW. And then the LCSW, you'll get paid, like some people get paid 6 figures and stuff like that with the LCSW, depending on where you work. And you can have your own like private outpatient therapy facility with the LCSW too. So you have your own business with that. So that kind of, I guess, transitioned us to the next question I had, like jobs available after you get your bachelor's degree in social work or psychology. After I got my bachelor's degree in psychology, y'all, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I'm glad that I'm able to share this with you all. Like, I didn't know where to start. I just started applying for different jobs. I went on Craigslist, Indeed, and Monster, all those different job websites. There are also nonprofit websites that have like a list of nonprofit agencies that are looking for people as well in this field. So if you look in your area to see if they have websites like that for you to use. But so I basically applied. I did have my QMHP because I had experience working with children. And it does not have to be like therapy experience, just to let you know, just to like fall back a little bit. I had experience working with children like in a cheerleading setting, at a daycare. I had experience working, volunteering at a hospice, like just going to sit with people and stuff like that at the hospice, at a nursing home. So all of that experience together equaled. I also had experience like working in a middle school with a research project that I was doing. It was for students with behaviors, but yeah, so all of that experience together added up to my year of experience. So I did not know how much I should ask for in the interview, so I kind of went in lowballing myself. So like the first interview that I remember going on, I did not know how much to ask for, and I actually told them like I think it was like $12, and the man was like, oh, she's hired, because basically I didn't know what to ask for. That job was like an in-home job. So most of the jobs that you'll be able to get straight out of your undergraduate program is in-home counseling, mental health support counseling, community-based counseling. Those are the same thing as in-home and mental health support. So don't hear the word community-based counseling and think it's something like better than that, because it's the same exact thing. It just has a better name. And therapeutic day treatment counseling. Okay, therapeutic day treatment counseling is in a school setting, is with working with children specifically with behavior disorders or emotional disorders. I can go into that another time. Like, if you want to know specifically about any one of those jobs, just let me know. But those are the jobs that you can get straight out of your undergraduate program. I'm pretty sure there's others like adult daycare facilities and stuff. Those are places that you could also get jobs. So I'm going to stop here because I think my time on my memory card is about to run out and I don't want it to cut off. So if you guys want to know more about those jobs and like the roles of in-home counselors and the pros and cons and all of that stuff, let me know. I would love to do a video on that as well. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I hope this one has been helpful, and thanks for letting me school you. All right, talk to you later. Bye.